following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
WVTC Radio. Sit back and relax. Tune in. It's your boy. It's the Good News with Elde Miller, where we bring light to darkness. Come on in and enjoy this show. We got a nice one for you today. Well, good evening. How y'all doing? Yeah, it's your boy, the Good News with Elde Miller, and co-host Jill Wilkerson, who should be here shortly. We got our great guest coming in and sitting in for a little while. I'm going to talk to you all a little bit before we introduce her. But man, you all tag, share, let somebody else know that the Good News with Elde Miller is on. Please let us know you all are out there. Send some questions, give us some tweets, give us some love hearts, give us some share, give us some love. You know what I'm saying? So we'll know that you all out there. And y'all know how we do it. Before we do anything, we always started off with our scripture for today, and that's Luke 14, verse 23 says, Then the master told his servants, go out into the roads, into the country lanes, and compel them that they may come into the house so that they may be filled. So that's what we kind of do here at the Good News with Elde Miller. We let people know we bring light to darkness, right? And all situations that we talk about here on today, we are doing an awesome and amazing job at 2024 of bringing Black entrepreneurs together. Man, it's been so amazing, and it's crazy because the last 4 guests that I believe that we've had on the show have been Black entrepreneur women. I mean, and I'm talking about powerful women too. We had we started off, I think, with Tracy Prentice, who's also State Farm. She owns State Farm. She came in and she has a plethora of knowledge when it comes to insurance and insurance field. So she came and blessed a lot of people. Then we turned around. We had Cameron. Cameron is an esthetician. She came in very good with the skins and things of that nature. At the top of her game, man. And then we had Andrea first. We had her first. Andrea. I'll tell her that. Andrea, we had her first. Mom of 4. Got a real estate company. I mean, just doing it big, credit repair, owns her own salon. I mean, man, she's getting a motivational speaker. I mean, man, she's just doing some awesome and amazing things. So we were happy to have her. And then we followed up with my friend, my buddy, my doc, Daniel Washington. So we're going to bring her in here shortly. You all, I'm telling you all, you all are in for a treat. And the reason I say that you all are in for a treat because this young lady or young woman, man, it's crazy because when we first met, we just clicked our spirits line right up immediately, and I knew she was going to be something special. So come to find out, upon further review, found out as we got to know each other, man, she's an awesome woman of God. Not only that, her birthday is January 31st, as mine is. So it don't get no better than that. Right. And then turn around and she graduated from the Ohio State, which is where my daughter graduated from, my baby girl, Latoya. also as well. Doctor, she's doing great things as well. So, I mean, just awesome, you all, how God is truly continuing to bless us over here at the Good News with Elde Miller, you all. We got some great announcements that's coming up. We got a lot of good things that's coming down the pipe, you all. Stay tuned for them. We want to continue to bless you all. If you do have a business and you want to be one of our special guests, all you have to do is contact me at 708-983-5960. That's 708-983-5960. Or you can email me at newbirthtruck31@gmail.com. Once again, that's newbirthtruck31@gmail.com. And just shoot us a little email about your business and a time, a number or whatever like that for us to contact, all your contact information, so we can get to you, so we can have you all on here as well. And then, did I fail to mention that also we are a 2-year Stellar Award winners as well here at WVTC Gospel Radio. So God gets the glory, I'm telling you. Yes. And you all know what WVTC stands for. That means winning victory through Christ. So with that being said, you all, we got a lot going on, you all. The Say It Ain't So segment today, oh my God. Man, I can't wait to get to the Say It Ain't So segment today. Y'all, man, it's still going on. I'm just going to say it like that. It's still going on. And you all will see what I'm talking about when we get to Say It Ain't So segment. But without further ado, you all, I want to bring Danielle Washington in. I just want her to come in, introduce herself, tell us a little bit about herself. I do have some questions here for her. And we're going to start the interview up. And Jill should be sliding in here shortly. We told her to get here safely because you all do know with the weather, it's inclement out there right now. It's cold. It's turning into ice. It's raining. It's sleeting. It's doing a little bit of everything. Y'all know how I get down to Chicago. So we just take our time in it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just grateful that God allowed me to make it in safely. I've been all the way to Cedar Rapids, Iowa today and made it all the way back. So I'm grateful for that. And it's also a true blessing that I was able to make it in, because when I'm not here, Jilly from Philly, she holds it down and she does an amazing job. So you all please text, tag, let somebody know that the Good News with Elde Miller is on. We are on from 7 to 8 every Monday right here at WVTC Gospel Radio. Also, you all, if you like music, we have music. Just download the app. You can get the music 365 days a year, uninterrupted. I'm telling you, gospel, quartet, whatever you like to hear, we got it for you at WVTC Gospel Radio. So log on, you all, listen to some of the music that we have out there. And did I, by the way, say that we also on Alexa now? You can just ask Alexa. She can pull up WVTC Radio. What's the one? Oh, Siri. And you also can get us on Siri. You can ask Siri. Okay. Hey, just tell Siri you want to hear WVTC Gospel Radio, the Good News of Elde Miller, and Siri gonna pull it right on up, her and Alexa. Okay. They tag teaming now, so we're doing some great things, you all. Like I say, we got some big announcements coming up. You all stay tuned, man. Just sit back and relax as we have Danielle Washington. Take it away.
All right. Thank you for the great introduction. This is my third time on your show, so I just want to say thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
So my name is Danielle Washington. I am the owner of Purpose Peace Counseling, and we are a mental health and counseling service in Richmond Park, Illinois. We pretty much service most of Chicago, Chicagoland area. And right now, I feel like with the virtual thing that's going on in the counseling business, we not only do, our area, but I have clients now all over Illinois.
Wow. Wow.
The rural areas, what is that, East St. Louis? So it doesn't matter where you are. Right. You can still
get those services.
Still get the services. And I was kind of reluctant about virtual services when I first got started, because I'm kind of, I'm not new to it. Right. I trained with one-on-one,
hands-on, if
mm-hmm.
you will. Yeah, absolutely. That's me.
Yeah.
That's our nature, though.
Hands-on, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to be doing no, virtual, but it has allowed me to branch out all the way into, like, I've had clients in Spain and London and different things like that.
Absolutely.
So it's really no limit now, and so I believe,
cap.
right?
Yeah, no cap.
Even at how we're talking right now, a lot of services are become available to people, and so you could be really anywhere. So you can reach out to us. I just want to give the information in the beginning and the end, but you can reach out to me at 708-465-1174. That's the contact information. Just to get information, we offer a free consultation. So if you want to learn more about the services, maybe have questions about, what we do, how we can help you or your family. We are a family-based service. We provide, Christian counseling, individual counseling, career counseling. I've been getting a lot of children that are going to college. I would say teens that are going to college, preparing for college. So we do college preparation, family, couples, just a little bit of everything.
Right. Well, that makes you relevant. You know what I'm saying? If you will, when you can touch and you can go out abroad like you're doing with the virtual. You know what I'm saying? So you can reach more people. Because your services are needed on a wider scale. More and more people are suffering with things as far as with the families. You got people that suffer from depression. You got people suffering from losing loved ones. You know what I'm saying? Grief. Grief counseling and stuff like that. So I think that's a great thing that you do, and you're good at what you do. I've been on her couch as well, you all, because that's how we do it. Can't
help you out.
All right. Yep. So I mean, and here's the thing too, Danielle. We'll get into it a little bit more, but seriously, one of my things is that what do you think about this? I would have to say, for us as African Americans, it's hard for us to ask for help. Why do you think that is? Because what is it? For a lot of us, we think that it's weak. You know what I'm saying? If we ask for help. But the bottom line, that's a lot from the pits of hell. We need help, right? So with that being said, what do you think are some of the reasons why, people don't ask for the help that they need?
Well, I think a lot of it is generational. If you look historically with African Americans' background, we get things done and we, kind of just go through it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter. Sometimes people think about it as gender, like, oh, I'm a man, and so I got to trudge through it. But, Black women do the same thing.
Oh, being single mom with the kids and stuff,
single mom, working moms, and they like, hey, I got to get through it because I'm here. I have to push through. And so I think as, culturally, we just do it. We just move through. And then what we have had, most of our cultures is you just pray about it and you keep on moving.
Right.
And so when we do ask for help, it's mostly towards, I'm going to pray, I'm going to give it to God, I'm going to move on.
Right.
So I think that therapy is one of those things that, it's a blessing because sometimes you do need to talk to somebody else.
Absolutely.
Get it out.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you need somebody to even acknowledge what you already know and say, hey, this is a problem. And I'm here to help you with it.
And see, that's an important part. Like you said, the enemy, one of the biggest things is that he come in to kill, steal, and destroy. Also, our mindsets, right? He attacks the mind. So if he can get in the mind, then he can keep us weak, right? So that's what happens with a lot of us. We try to play strong. We look strong on the outside, but we toe up on the inside. And I think that's why, the numbers have gone up for what's the word I'm looking for, Gerald? What is the word you're looking for? Suicide.
Yeah,
that's
suicide.
It. Suicide. Back in the day, that wasn't something that we done. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like it's on an all-time high because people have been bagged into a wall or up under so much pressure that they won't ask for the help, right? And I just think it's a good thing that that you're doing it in a woman of color too, because so many people won't go get the help because they thinking that, oh, I ain't going to tell no white folks my business.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah.
You know, I mean, I want to talk to somebody look like me,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
So I mean, that makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
if people feel comfortable with you, then they'll share.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, right?
It does.
So
I get that. I get that a lot, especially when you know, people are calling for their kids. They're like, you know, I want him or her to have a black therapist, or people are bold now because when they do ask for help, they're gonna tell you what they need.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
And I'm like that too.
Right,
I've had people to be like, look, do you believe in God?
Right, yeah.
And I be like, yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
you know, they be like, all right, I'm gonna schedule the appointment then.
Yeah,
and it's okay because you have to connect and align with somebody with the same kind of, you know, who you can relate to. If I'm sitting across from you and I'm looking at you and I'm like, I'm not gonna tell you my business.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what? Like you said, you have to connect with that person. They have to feel comfortable with you, and not only that, like you said, when person asks you about it, you know, you point into somebody's spirit. Yeah. Right. So they need to know. I mean, for me, like you said, these days, beauticians, and it go because you touching. You feeling, you know what I'm saying? I want to know some of your background and stuff transferred, right? I'm like that. I'm like, man, I'm about to get this massage, but I'm like Mustafa over there. Right. You know what I'm saying? You know, because you going to get these massages and stuff. You got women from New Orleans. Yeah. And man, they'll put some voodoo on. Yeah, this stuff is real.
You on the same page? I screen all my providers.
You
like,
got to,
let me holler at you about
right. Especially when people touching all on you and stuff like that. You know, Jill said, how do you suggest to someone that they need to speak with a therapist with the hurting, what they say, with hurting feelings?
With hurting feelings. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, and I think maybe Jill, you meant without hurting their feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, one of the things unfortunately, it's hard to talk to your friends and family about, like, you know, you can't do that. But a lot of times I will talk to them and say, you know, well, maybe you should talk to somebody about it, getting referrals. Right. A lot of times people refer other people to me. Right. So they're not directly coming
right.
You know, but, you know, I'll give them, and again, I give free consultations. So in that point, I am just trying to, you know, build rapport. I'm honest. I talk about, you know, what my goals are, and that I want to connect with you to see what your goals are so we can do it together. And so a lot of times that kind of takes that barrier off, like, oh, you know, that were, oh, you a shrink, or you a
exactly.
You know, you trying to get into my head. So a lot of times that kind of helps where they see me as more personable versus, you know, versus, hey, you know, she's trying to analyze me.
Right. Well, you know, we got Latrice is on there as well. Hey, cuz, how you doing, Latrice? Latrice says she's looking for a therapist as well. So, see, there you go. You got
Hi, Latrice.
So,
Alice had a question. Hey, Auntie.
Latrice, can we get engineer? Can we get Latrice's question back up there? You flashing them so quick. We you moving tonight on us, Mr. Engineer.
And before Latrice's question comes up, I just want to acknowledge something that you said about suicide.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so suicide is coming up in higher rates. For one, we looking at the statistics of everything, so we really don't know. I think a lot of times it wasn't more prevalent, yes and no. But what we have been doing for years is self-harm. And when I talk about self-harm, I don't mean just cutting yourself or just, you know, doing those things. But when you know that, like, say depression, you brought up, I'm depressed. So instead of, you know, handling it or talking to somebody, I'm gonna drink. And that's self-harm. You know, that's a very inappropriate coping skill to have, that I'm going to continue to drink. And so I'm harming my body. Right. You know, I'm not processing it. And then it brings up more problems. So, you know, that is something that can lead to having those suicidal thoughts.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it also affects our health in a big way, too, because I know a lot of people that won't even, we're talking about people that's getting therapy, but let's talk about people that don't even want to go to the doctor. Yes. You know what I'm saying? They don't keep the regular doctor's appointments and stuff like that. Yes. And I've had friends that have actually passed from having diabetes for years and not knowing it because they don't want to go to the doctor, you know. And then by the time they go to the doctor,
I think it was the one before that.
The one before that one, engineer. So I mean, you would have certain situations that take place that'll take you way off your square, right?
Yeah.
And I got news for you too. More and more younger people are falling dead. I believe a lot of it too is due to social media and peer pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, I think so, but I think it's a lack of self-care. And I'm just going to say this is the real definition of self-care is providing adequate attention to yourself psychologically and physically. So self-care is not, I'm going to get a massage or I'm going to get a pedicure.
Right.
We both did self-care today when we got up and said, hey, I'm going to get in the shower and I'm going to, prepare myself for the day. That was a part of physical self-care. But a part of wellness is just also being able to say, let me go to my doctor, to check on my health, because your doctor screens you for depression when they asking you them questions.
Right, yeah.
They screening you for a lot of things, so they may nudge you to be like, you know what, maybe you should talk to somebody because you seem like, you're flagging.
Right. Those are the flags. Look for.
Yeah.
We had somebody just ask, which was my wife. She asked, how do we do it in love? To tell somebody that they maybe need to see somebody for therapy. Right?
Okay. Yeah, and that was similar to the previous question of just, I think when it is when it is a stranger, a loved one, or whatever, that's how you do it. I think we just have that thought of love your neighbor and love the person next to you.
Right.
I think sometimes you see how you can help and support them first.
Right.
Because maybe whatever you see, you can give them that love and to where then say if I think like you depressed,
right.
I'm going to be there to support you where you are right then. You need somebody to talk to, I'm here for you. Or, do you need whatever it is? You may say, hey, my car broke down. You need a ride home. And then once we build that rapport, then when I say, hey, I got somebody for you to talk to, you're going to say, you know what?
Right.
Maybe I'll take that because I know you there for me versus you need some help.
Right. Right. Instead of just slamming it up. And that makes sense, right? Because you're building a rapport with somebody, right? And now they can trust you and they'll, they'll receive what you have to say. And that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because, even for, I'm assuming even in your counseling sessions, you have to break down the barriers of someone when you first meet them and they come to you and they kind of close knit, They don't want to kind of open up. So you have to kind of meet them where they at, if that makes sense, right? And let them know that, this is a safe zone, right? And this, and here's the thing for a lot of us as men, I'm speaking for men, I know men, for us, if we get vulnerable or kind of open up, we think that's weak, right? So for me, I've learned that it's not, right? Men cry, Jesus wept, right? So, but we were taught, like say it's generational type of things that take place that would have us thinking that we weak because we're asking for the help. But guess what? At the end of the day, you see the results of what's happening for our culture that is not asking for the help and it's needed, right? So they got us on a lot of these medications and stuff like that. And, we can get off this medication if we really just take care of ourselves. If we do the proper things that we need to do, when you guys give us the information, then we'll know what to do to further be on this earth, for that matter. Right? Yeah. So with that being said, Danielle, you said a lot. We right on point with everything that's going on. We got another 6 minutes before we go to Say It Ain't So segment.
Okay.
But but before we go to the Say It Ain't So segment, we just want to tell you all thank you for our listeners that are out there that are tuning in. We see you all questions. We're very grateful for you all. But how do we continue to grow is because you all share with someone. And just like we're talking about now, share somebody, because this information that we're talking about, we need everybody to hear about it, right? And my wife said, do you prescribe medication? Oh, that.
Good question.
Doc.
Right. Good question. No, I
Okay.
do not prescribe medication. So just a little bit about, just the mental health field.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, kind of like the health field. So you got different levels of things.
Right, yeah.
So I am a mental health therapist. Although I am, fully licensed and clinical, I do not do medicine. So that's more on the people that I refer to get, if they want medication, they will either have to go to their PCP, or they go to a psychiatrist. Okay. So a psychiatrist is the usually in terms of mental health, usually who refers to medication. Mm-hmm. However, what I do and what I think is very, you kind of said this about you don't have to stay on medication. Right. So I do medication management, and I'm really big on that because I want people to know that because you got this prescription, this should not be a death sentence. You should have to take this medication for the rest of your life. For sure. And I think that that's what a lot of medical providers who prescribe medication, they don't tell you, they just give it to you. Look, you're going to be taking this. And so the medication management, I follow with them there. I do an assessment, and then we keep doing it. Right. So as we're having therapy, which if you're taking any type of, psychological medication, it should be coupled with therapy because you need to learn how to manage the medication yourself. And then you need those skills to help yourself. Okay. So if you got anxiety and your doctor has given you, anti-anxiety medication, and then you're seeing me, I'm going to help you, kind of fight that anxiety on your own. Right. Yeah. So I'm going to give you skills. Exactly. And so once we do so much of that, then I'm going to, since I know you're on medication, see, a lot of people are like, that medication my doctor gave me, it's probably not this therapy. Right. So, what you're supposed to do is take medication while you're learning to get over whatever. Just like with your diabetes, you taking whatever, but you are trying to improve your health. To get off of it. Exactly. Absolutely. So I'm trying to improve your anxiety, and then at the same time, we're going to talk to your doctor about weaning you down. Then my alternative is then I give you natural remedies and natural supplements. So we can instead of taking that, then now you can take maybe some ashwagandha. Now you can take something like holy basil. There's a lot of things that help you naturally, and then you'll be able to see for your own how you can just maintain. Well, you know what? Before we get off the medicine part of it, that just like last week, my doctor called me. I'm on Trelissa, right? And I'm on 1.5 liters of it. And he called me. He said my A1C was a little elevated. So he goes, well, Drew, what I would like to do, if because we're team, he's like, we're a team, because this is a new doctor. And I'm like, yeah, we're a team. You know what I'm saying? So he goes, I think we, what do you think about kicking it up to 3.0 liters? I say, well, doc, I tell you what. I says, I've been outside the gym. I say I've got a schedule now to get me back home. I can get back in the gym and I can continue to eat healthy, right? Because when I'm on the road, I mean, my wife may make a lunch, I may make a lunch, but at the end of the day, when you're out there for so many hours, I'm gonna eat something that's unhealthy. Yeah. So I told him, I said, well, check this out, doc. You need to give me 3 months doing what I need to do to get myself back in order because I don't want another 1.5 liters, right? And he says, and he said, you know what, Gerald? We're on the same team. He said that makes sense because not only that, with the extra dosage, see, my thing is, what are the side effects? Now that gives me double that I can have liver disease, all type of, because you want to find, and see, that's the thing. The doctor's always prescribing these medications to you, but what are the side effects? Right. And then when they up it, it risks the cause of something else, right? It may cure this, but then it's doing this over here. And that's why, I'm on top of it now. And he was like, well, we'll just keep it at the 1.5. I was like, you my man, doc. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because I told him at the first day I met him, I say, look, doc, I say, man, I was 258. I'm 228 right now. I said that. No more snacks. I had to take them cookies from him. Right, yeah. I ain't gonna tell on you. Yes, you did. I ain't gonna tell on you. Y'all, she tricked on your boy. She straight tricked on me yesterday.
I went to the bathroom, I came back. She was like, where them cookies at?
No, because
she thought I shared.
And this goes back to those two questions about how do you do something in love.
Yeah,
you know, he just was yapping about, and then somebody gave me some cookies, and so I just said, I listened, I like them too. And I said,
yep,
all right. I slid to that person and I said, don't give him no more cookies. That's that love.
Yeah, she
That's
did.
The
She showed slid right on down over there.
Don't give him no more cookies. He can't have those.
Man, she slid right down on
I logged in because the comments was going quick. I just wanted to go back to see some of the comments that we missed.
Yeah, because they going.
They fast, y'all. So one of them was how do you suggest we direct them to you in love? Okay, I said that one. Right. What insurance do you accept? Right. So I have a list of insurances, but the top ones that we usually accept is Blue Cross Blue Shield, PPO, Aetna PPO, Cigna, some EAPs. We are in the process of accepting various Medicaids. Medicaid in Illinois is crazy. So you have to, if you have Medicaid, you know that you have different, you might have Blue Cross, you might have whatever. Yeah. So we are going through the process of Medicaid. However, because I know once you get up and say you need help, right, you have already in your mind been through, do I go? Do I call? Do I whatever? Right. And then it's this field is booming so hard that in my area, there's wait lists. Wow. And so if somebody calls me, I don't turn them down. I don't care if you don't have no money or if you don't have, if you don't have the insurance I accept. I'm going to find something for you, or I'm just going to take you myself. Because the thing about it is, once you have gotten to that point, I don't want to turn you away because then you're going to say, you know what, forget it. I'm just going to go back to drinking because that's what I know. Right. And I'm saying that from experience because when I needed help and I got to the point where I was like, let me call, let me do this, let me do that. Right. I called 3 people, they didn't answer the phone. Right. One person was on vacation. I was like, forget it.
And man, that is, what, you just said something. You just said a mouthful because that could be the difference of somebody giving up and somebody taking a life. Yeah. All that, because we don't know where a person is. You know what I'm saying? When they call them for the help. For one, it says a lot when somebody picked the phone up and tried to do it. Exactly. And it's always the enemy that try to come in and say, well, you know what? This ain't worth it. They're not even answering.
Yeah, they ain't want to help you.
That's it. But you that's why I love Danielle so much. For real though, because you said something that's so key is that you said that even if they don't have money, you can still help them and point them in the right direction that they need. Yeah. That's the love of Jesus Christ. That's that agape love. I would have to say that's that unconditional love. Want to help people because a lot of times this is what I try to get people to understand. I've been in business since I was 14 years old, and a lot of times people will tell me, "Man, you don't charge enough." They tell me that all the time, and I take it to heart because I always want to help everybody. Yeah. But, at the end of the day, you can't help everybody, really. When I'm trying to pay my bills and do what I need to do, I'm always trying to be there for everybody else. But what happens when it's time for me to do what I need to do, right? Or to release, like you said. So I brought that up because we bag ourselves into certain situations and then we don't know how to come out or how to confront it. Yeah. You're going to go pay somebody else. Exactly. Right? So why not pay me? Because here's the thing. I'm meticulous in whatever I do. I'm going to do it to 110% of my ability, right? I tell people this. I don't work unto man. I work unto God, right? Because that's the only one that's going to bless me, right? So I know that when I get down to my last, I got to trust and believe that God is going to make sure that I got more than enough, right? If that makes sense, right? So it's planting those seeds, and that's what you're doing, right? You telling somebody, look, you don't have the money, but Jack, let me, talk to me. Right. Tell me what you need. Tell me what you're going through. Exactly. Right. And the Bible talks about that too. Be slow to speak and always be fast to listen. Right. Because that's when you find out where a person is in their life. Yeah. When you can listen. A lot of times I got a couple of friends of mine that just lost their wives. Right. Young wives. And I told them, I say, look, man, it's up to you, but I don't have a problem. If you call me and you just need to cry, we cry together. Whatever we need, I'm here for you, bro. It ain't none of that macho garbage, because I know it's tough. Yeah. I just lost my mom, right? and we coming up on that year. So, I mean, I need to call somebody every now and then and release, right? Like you say, the therapy is important, but you got to have that ace in your corner that you can call and say, look, man, I'm having a bad day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that person listening.
That good support system.
Exactly. It's needed, you know, because, man, I never would have thought in a gazillion years, you know, I never really thought about being here without my mom. You know what I'm saying? And now that mom's is gone, it's like, wow, you know, it still blows, you know, it's kind of, whoa, okay, mom is gone. You know, I want to pick the phone up and call and tell about, you know, what's going on. My mom was, you know, she was a comedian. So I called her and get my best jokes from her. You know what I'm saying? I take her jokes and use them on somebody else. You know, but man, you know, but I know she lives on through us. You know what I'm saying? So I just know that, you know, I'll see her again. I will see her spirit again. You know what I'm saying? That's what continues to. That's why we have to have that faith. That's why we have to trust and believe that God is who He says He is. And if we believe and trust, we know that we'll see them again. Amen.
Amen.
So, oh man, we went over. It's 7:35. Mr. Engineer, do you have our "Say It Ain't So" queued up? If you do, can you please pull it up?
Say it ain't so.
I love that background draw. Were you able to get it? Send me something in the comment section. Let us know if you didn't, if you couldn't get it up. All right, well, we'll keep going until you give us a cue and let us know if you were able to get it or not. But, man, I want to talk a little bit about it. Man, this was a good one. I'm telling you, this was a good one. Actually, it was a clip actually, I posted it on my page because I thought it was very sad. You know, in today's society that we're still dealing with this, Daniel, I thought he had it up there. This was going on today at Washington. Those are Waskas.
What? What does it say?
Nazis, white people, white power.
Oh.
Yeah, so
That is deep.
So the reason I pulled that up for I said ain't so segment today is that we think that racism is not going forth. It still is at a rapid page, you all.
Wasn't that a part of now I don't watch the news, y'all, but I think I heard that was a part of, was it the Republicans saying that racism doesn't exist? Or?
Yeah. The Republican Party was saying that it didn't exist, but it does, as we can see.
Yeah.
Now, I was on the campus of Wisconsin University.
Okay.
And I guess
and they
the
had
dean,
a Nazi sign.
Yeah, on the wall.
On the building. Outside.
Say it ain't so.
That's a say it ain't so
right
there.
And then so the dean I guess the chancellor, whatever they call him, of the college, made sure he hurry up and got on and say, well, look, they wasn't students of our campus or what have you.
This doesn't represent.
Yeah, right. This doesn't represent the University of Wisconsin. But yeah, so he really hurried up and put it out there that they have gone to other colleges as well. So this, man, say it ain't so.
Yeah.
We living in a day and time where, people are still doing crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, somebody's asking for your phone number as well. So we'll get that. We're going to give her an opportunity before we go. She's going to give all the information again.
Please stay tuned, Latrice and Kathy. I'm gonna say it one more time for Ian.
We got you. Trust me, we got you. So
and I'll post it too.
Okay, cool. And also on the Say It Ain't So, you all, what do you all think about that? You all, hatred is on an all-time high. If you a Bible reader and you study your Bible, Revelations is talking about a lot of what's going on right now today. We are experiencing the things in Revelation, you all. So, man, this definitely is a Say It Ain't So. When I saw that, I'm like, is that today? Yeah. And when I saw the Nazi signs on the wall, I was like, wow. it took me back to when I grew up. My parents, my family was one of the first blacks to ever move across Ashland, right? So when we moved over there, my dad worked nights, and my mom, at night, we were surrounded by white folk. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I was of age to see the burning crosses on our grass and that type of, behavior. So that's what that took me back to, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to experience that type of stuff at a young age. So
and it's coming back around.
Yeah, it's coming back. It's the full circle, like they say. It's a saying about stuff going around. It comes back or whatever, full circle. But you all, we're living in the times now, and the things that are happening in society, nothing blows my mind anymore. On the way in here, I just heard of a 13-year-old kid being shot. It's like 13. They get younger and younger and younger, and they're the ones that's doing a lot of these crimes, you all. Man, we got the information. Our best engineer this side of heaven is able to get it up there.
Thank you.
And we're also going to do it again at the end of the segment. We're going to get Danielle to leave more comments and more.
And we are in Richton Park. Somebody did ask that.
Richton Park.
Richton Park. And then we offer in-person and virtual services if you're not in the area.
You know what, Latrice? I've been telling people that for a long time now. Get your house in order, because God is truly coming. Real soon, right? So we got to get our houses in order. This is not a time to be playing church. You don't want to be like the Pharisees and the Sadducees. You know what I'm saying? They knew how to have church, and then God turned around while they were talking about, oh yeah, God is going to be coming on a stallion draped in rubies and diamonds, and they missed the move of God because he went on right on by them on a donkey. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, and then
they spend all their time trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, exactly. right. So we gotta, and I don't want to hear "get thee behind me, I never knew you." You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't trying to go there. But at the end of the day, you all, I just want to encourage you all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you don't have a relationship with God, you need to get one real soon, because what's taking place now in America, in this world, is mind blowing, right? And to be totally honest with you all, I think me personally, I think Trump is going to win again if he stays out of jail, which I believe he will. I think he's going to be I think he's going to be our president again, you all. And I mean, no matter, it's like,
say it ain't so.
Yeah, we gonna another say it ain't. The carrot top again. But y'all heard it first on Elde. Hey, the good news of Elde Miller. I'm just telling you what I feel. Hey, say it ain't so. Yeah. But I mean that's I believe that if this guy stays out of jail, which I believe he is, because he's doing what he I think
he's working the system.
The system, absolutely. Yeah. And that he played and that he had a part in it. Yeah. Right. So I mean, when you got so much money, you know what I'm saying, that's what these guys do. They play with the system, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not gonna point no names. I'm not gonna say no other names about what's going on with the system and stuff like that. That just ain't my character. Trying to pour down one another. But what I will say though is that you all, we need to continue to pray for one another and to love one another. I can't say that enough, you all, because what happens is, if we woke up and come together on the magnitude that we could, as brothers and sisters, man, we could change the world. Yeah, we could change the world. Sure. Right? We could change this world, you all, if we all woke up, and if our youth and our young adults. That's why I believe that people that take the time out to spend time to train. The Bible says, train up a child in the way that they shall go, and they won't do what? They won't depart from the word of God. Well, guess what? You have a lot of adults that don't know the word of God. So how you going to train up your child in the word when you don't know the word? Sure, yeah. So the bottom line is that we're dealing with not generation, not one. We're dealing with generations, right? That we're losing. So that's why I think that people that deal with our children, they come up against so much degradation. You know what I'm saying? They come up against so much backlash. They come up against so much retaliation. Just think about this. Think about this, you all. School teachers are one of the most underpaid person there is a school teacher, right? Go with me now. Yeah. This is the person that's teaching your future, right? This is the person that's pouring into your children, right? And then you turn around and you pour these sports figures hundreds of millions of dollars. They ain't bounced the ball yet. They ain't hit a baseball. They, you know what I'm saying? And all these actors, you pay. The world is backwards twisted, right? Because this is your future. This is what you think about your future. That you entertainment. You rather pay more for entertainment than pay more for your future.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You know, like I said, once again, I'm just trying to put a little light on some dark situations, right? Because ain't no way a teacher should be I think a teacher should be making $1 million. I really do.
Absolutely.
We have it.
Absolutely.
We have the money to pay them. But do we? No, we don't. No. Because everybody else lines their pockets, right? And you know, let me get off that. But anyway, it's one of those situations where we got to wake up, you all, because
but more and more people, what I'm seeing is, you know, are calling and saying, "Hey, my kid needs some help. I don't know how to help him. Right. I don't know what he needs. She's not talking to me. What do you think?" And so this is one of the things that I face on a regular basis is, you know, from, I would say 7 to early 20s, this group right here, their parents may call, you know, and so I think that is, I use it as a way to not only, you know, pour into the kids, but then I kind of mandate the parents to be in it. I don't say that, but I'm going to say, hey, you know, I'm not that therapist that's going to block you out. What's going on now. I'm not going to tell you their business. We don't have that confidentiality, but when it comes to what's going on, I'm going to keep you in the loop. I'm going to tell you about the treatment plan. And then a lot of times what's going on with lack of communication, then here's a opportunity for me to say, hey, you know, here's what your child is saying. And let's talk about it together in a family setting. And then now it improves the family.
Absolutely. So I like that.
It you know, it helps because it strengthens, because when my number one goal is, this is not about you and me talking and you coming to therapy, because I don't want to be your, you know, something you're dependent on. I'm trying to help you in them other 6 days that you don't see me.
Come on now.
So it's like, you know, I don't want to be your crutch. So whatever you're bringing here, my goal is to say, all right, let me help you. And then you go out here and you apply these skills, and then we're going to see you know, where you're at. And so, you know, I'm happy that a lot of parents are then asking for help for their kids, because slowly, you know, and this goes back to earlier, how do you reach these people that have these barriers, you know, with the parents? This is a way to, because if they're saying, hey, you know, my kid needs help, they're also saying we need help.
Because I can't get them to open up.
So then this is a family issue. So then that is a way that I can bring the kids in, and then I can say, you know, they may say, well, you know, me and his father is going through a divorce. Now it's
now it makes sense.
All right.
Now it makes sense. For sure.
You know, things like that. And so then kids, a lot of kids, I sit down with them and their parents, and I say, you know, do you think you need therapy? No. I say, okay, fine. We ain't gonna do that then. You tell me what you want to work on, and you know, since you see your mom wants you to do this, we gonna make the most out of our time. What you want to do, what you like to do. And so then that takes that barrier out, because I'm saying, I respect that you don't want to do this. All right, but both of us, she pay our money, or she, you know, she got you doing this, and you don't really have a choice. Or sometimes kids, the school is like, you have to go. So it's like, let's make the most of this time. So too, you know, a lot of things, this is why we do a lot of the college preparation, or, you know, I'll say kids want to work, they want to make money. You know, we got, you know, connections to summer jobs, whatever it is
that you got to do.
I could say, hey, this is what we're gonna be talking about. It still brings them back to you know, one of them days is gonna be like, man, my teacher made me mad. And it's like, boom, okay, here we go. Now you may not think that we're having therapy, but you are. You know, so I gotta call it that. We can call it whatever you want.
You know what? But that's genius in you, right? For you, I would say taking that extra step. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have to love what you do, right? Because at the end of the day, I know I would have to say, therapists that's out there that just in it for the money. I mean, because everybody ain't in it because they love or they want to help people. Let's just keep it real. Like you said, and that's creativity, right? And that's what I'm gonna have to call it, the gift. That's a gift from God that He's giving you, because you just summed up how you can actually break down a barrier, right? Yeah. Let's not call it, okay, well, let's not call it that. You know what I'm saying? So you like, okay, so you thinking ahead of them before they shut it down. And then they say, oh man, Miss Washington, she dope. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is once they feel like they can trust you, then you got it. Right? And that's the same type of technique that I use when I'm doing my teachers, when I'm doing Sunday school, and all of my classes and things of that nature. What I do, I meet people where they at. And my thing is, I ask people, what do you want from me? What do you need from me? Right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to come in here and talk at you.
Exactly.
I want to have a conversation with you. Yeah. Right? So we can be involved, so we can be engaged. And man, I'm telling you, the boys, when they come in there, they get it. And they want to, they thirst and they want to come. And now I'm teaching them I'm just saying segment. I'm teaching them now how to learn to hear the voice of the Holy Spirit. Okay. And I'm teaching them how to watch with their eyes and hear with their ears, right? So that they'll know the Holy Spirit. And I'm telling them that God speaks through His Word. So what I do is I challenge them every day to read. I give each and every one of them a daily bread. Okay. So I challenge them to read the daily bread. That's going to give you your scripture. That's going to give you the theme, the topic, and then it turns around. It's going to give you a breakout section of what it is that you're going to be studying for that purpose. And man, they are loving it. They eat it up. And also, this is something that they can share with their peers. Okay. Right? So now that gives them something to talk to somebody about. Not only that, it's evangelizing as well. It is. Right? Yeah, because what I tell them is that once you can tell somebody about it and they're interested in it, now invite them. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So that's where we at with that point, trying to reach. So I like that. I like that where you set that up. Yeah. So yeah.
I have a lot of different things, man. With these, people come in and they be angry. I be like, it's cool,
Right.
You don't want to talk. The kids put their phones out and stuff.
Oh, yeah, right. Texting and
cool. You don't want to talk today. You don't have to. Right. You want to get, I remember I had this teenage girl. She was literally ignoring me. Right.
What
and
happened?
I was like, all right, cool. And I kept making jokes. I said, people be wanting to talk to me. Right. And you sitting here, you don't want to, she ain't say nothing. And she pulled out her phone and I was like, well, if you talking to somebody, I'm gonna do my work. I said, that's cool with you. She just looked at me. I was like, okay, I pulled out my computer and I was doing my work on my computer and I was like, you good over there? Right. She was just looking, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm just keep doing my work. And then I did the same thing. She didn't want to talk, and I was like, I ain't gonna make you talk, And maybe and a lot of people do this. It was 10 minutes. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get ready to go. She was like, well,
I already know. Well, since you've been asking, I already know, right. Right, now the next session.
I'm mad. All right. Let's talk about it.
Right, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and you just, like you said earlier, you have to meet people where they are. You cannot just,
man, hit them over the head.
You can't. Because now you're adding an extra layer. In between it. So that's what I do with everybody. But it is about building a relationship.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure that you can trust me, that you understand what's going on. I give a lot of information and details because people also come nervous. They're like, I'm not used to this. This is my first time. They got a lot of questions. And I'm like, okay, it's no problem. We, this free consultation is going to be harmless. I'm just going to ask you a couple questions. And then just to give an overview that, where I may break down that initial barrier is that first session, I say, well, this is not a therapy session. I'm just gathering information. It's not going to be as bad as you may think. Right. I ask questions. I let them ask me any questions that they want.
Right.
Usually by the time I'm finished, kind of explaining how things go, they be like, well, I think I got, pretty good information. And then I send them follow-up, email. This is what's going to happen. And then the next time we have a plan. Okay. So I don't come and say, this is what I think is wrong with you, and this is what we're going to do. I say, this is what I think, and then I give them a chance beforehand to sit down by themselves and map out, what do you want to do? Right. What kind of things do you think that, you need help with? Like you kind of said, how can I help you? Yeah, absolutely. So then, we come together and we put a treatment plan together. Right. And once I review it, I send it in writing. And people don't realize this. This is what the doctors do when you get a new doctor. Right. They just are not. Now, if you get a really good doctor, they're going to be detailed with it. But everything has a treatment plan. Yeah. And so with parents, this is what I share. It doesn't matter if you 18. I don't care nothing about that. If your parent brought you here, I'm going to give them your treatment plan. They're going to know what we're doing. Right. All of that. And so then you kind of know, it takes that weight off. Like, okay, she cared about what I said I wanted to do here. And I don't just do talk therapy. A lot of people, they sit down and they say, how do you feel today? And I'm wasting your time if I'm doing that. Right. Because you just venting to me, and then you're going off, with your week. Pretty much. Right. So, I want to say, hey, let's go to these goals that we talked about. Right. This is what we're doing for today. Right. I do give time, to talk, and, you may be talking about what happened at work, or what, something that's bothering you. But we're going to relate that to the goal, because I want you to feel like when you left that you accomplished something that we already set out. That makes sense. So, yeah. And that's why I am in life until Jesus returned, to be totally honest. I'm at a point in my life now where I want to be a problem solver. You know what I'm saying? If we got a problem, we ain't got to argue, we ain't got to fight about it. Let's solve the problem. Yeah. Right? That cuts out all the bickering and the fussing and all that other stuff. Okay, so we got an issue. Let's solve the problem, right? So we don't have to talk about nobody behind their backs and all that other stuff. And such. No, go talk to them. Yeah. Right? Shut that down immediately. And the other thing, like I said, if somebody got a problem with me, let's work it out. You know what I'm saying? Because we all ain't gonna get along. But at the end of the day, if we talk to each other, we can solve the problem. Solution focus. There you go. I'm laser focused. Yeah. So, hey, Latrice, you asked me, could we add you to the daily bread? You know what I'm gonna do? You just gave me a great idea. What I think I'm gonna do in February, because this is for my Sunday school class, Latrice. What I think I'll do in February, I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna see if I can do it at the 7 a.m.-ish hour, maybe, or the 6 a.m.-ish hour, and go on, I guess, Facebook Live and do like a 7-minute daily bread. Yeah. So if y'all would like to do something, if y'all like me to do something like that in February, we kick that off in February. Okay. That way we can, I can get feedback and stuff like that, and man, maybe it'll grow. Gotta start maybe we'll start it off with the daily bread. So Latrice, there you go. So we'll start that in February. You're gonna have to shout Latrice out. Right. Yep, she got her show too. So but hey, Miss Felicia. Hey. What you say? I have some books. Okay. That's the minister. Right. That's Sister Cheryl right there. Wait. That about what hey, Cheryl. But so we got 3 more minutes, you all, before we get out of here. I hope we said something, you heard something that that made sense to you today. And we want you all to please share, because we got a lot of more content coming up, you all. We got a lot of great things coming down the pipe. I don't want to just say we got a really, really big announcement coming up, and I think I'm gonna hold that in until the end of the month. You also stay tuned for that. We got a lot of great things that we're doing over here. And then once again, you all, if you all want some great music, log on, download the app, you all, and listen to that music. I'm telling you, the music is awesome. It's awesome. You can go on there and get that music 365 days a year.
It is amazing. Amen. So, Danielle, as we get ready to close out, you got any closing words or remarks you want to share with the people? We got 2 minutes.
Yes, first of all, I want to say you have to have me back. You all are doing great things, and so am I in Purpose Peace Counseling. So in the process, we're doing a lot of things with expansion, Jill. So that's you right on head with it. We're doing a lot of expansion, doing some things with some, to give free services out to the community. So
that's
I would
awesome.
like
I
to
love
come back and talk about that.
Absolutely.
I have a few partnerships that I would like to talk about.
Amen.
So hopefully I can come back. And then just
absolutely.
I know it came up on the screen, but if you're just tuning in, just to let you know, we are accepting new clients, and there's the information. You can call at any time, leave a message. We might be in sessions, and we are located in Richton Park. So I will make sure that I put the information in the chat too.
Amen. So guess what, you all? That is a wrap for the good news of Elde Miller. We thank you all for you all that came in and tuned in today. We need you all to please like and share. Let people know that we are on, and we will be getting back to you guys next Monday. If God say the same, y'all know how we do it. Piece of hair grease. Reach one, teach one. Much love. We out.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ, WVTC Allsip Chicago, and iNetwork.